Hello, welcome to the Crawcast. I'm your host, George Krawczak, and there's breaking news on the Detroit Lions extending Penei Sewell and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm going to break their contract details down as well as what this could mean for their draft and Jared Goff's future. First is Amon-Ra St. Brown. He was drafted in the fourth round with pick 112 in 2021. Right now, he is the best receiver in Detroit. He has been an absolute weapon and has played great. He is great at route running, he is a great separator, and has great hands. He is definitely their number one receiver and has earned his contract extension. This contract is 4 years, $120 million with $77 million guaranteed, and will keep him on the team until he is age 29. He has 315 receptions, 3,588 yards, and 21 touchdowns. He is a one-time All-Pro in 2023 and a two-time Pro Bowler in 2022 and 2023. I do think maybe this is a little too much because this contract makes him the highest paid receiver in the NFL. And right now, I don't think anyone would argue he is the best receiver in the NFL, but I think the Detroit Lions were kind of forced to pay him because he is definitely the best receiver on the team. Overall, I don't like the amount of money, but I think in a few years when a lot better receivers keep getting bigger and bigger contracts, I think this will end up working out for the Lions in the long run. Next is Penei Sewell. He was drafted with the 7th overall pick in the first round. He is in 2021. He has been an absolute stud since day one, and I think he is great and definitely the best offensive lineman on the Detroit Lions. And that is definitely saying something because Detroit offensive line is one of the best in the league. His contract is 4 years worth $112 million with $85 million guaranteed. He is a one-time All-Pro in 2023 and a two-time Pro Bowler in 2022 and 2023. He has also made the All-Rookie team in 2021. I personally like this signing more than the Amon-Ra St. Brown signing, although I think both are pretty good. He will be under contract until he is age 28, and my only complaint about this deal is I wish it was a 5 or 6 year deal instead of just 4. He will anchor a great offensive line in Detroit for years to come. And overall, I think this is a great job by the Detroit Lions because it is very hard to replace a offensive lineman of this quality. Next is looking at the future and how these two contracts affect the Detroit Lions draft and their future. Personally, I think these two signings are going to change a lot. First off, you have to look at the Detroit Lions cap situation. They are right now paying a lot of money to their offensive line and have some big contracts for the future. For example, I think Aiden Hutchinson, if he keeps up his level of play that he's been at, will sign a massive contract next year. And then Brian Branch and Sam Laporta presumably will also keep up the good work and will need new contracts. So these contract extensions, I really think will screw Jared Goff. When you give players massive contracts, you need to think about where does that money come from? You need to take money from one place and give it to these players, and I think you do that from Jared Goff. And I don't hear anyone talking about this, but I think there is actually a good scenario for Detroit and their draft. So before you call me crazy, hear me out. I think the Detroit Lions should get their quarterback of the future in this draft. To me, it just makes sense because you have so many good options. If you want to stay at your pick, I think they can probably get Bo Nix or Michael Penix Jr. if they want. If they want to trade up for one of the top quarterbacks of this draft, they can, but I don't see that happening. Or since they drafted Hendon Hooker last year, and if they believe he could be the quarterback of the future, I think he will be. And the reason why I say this is because right now, Jared Goff only has 1 year left on his contract, and there are reports that Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions are very far away on a contract extension. And right now, their roster is in a win now mode with Jared Goff and their team. And right now, I think the most valuable thing you can add is a rookie quarterback on a cheap contract. I think you can try to win the Super Bowl right now with Jared Goff and just have the rookie quarterback sit there and learn from Jared Goff and get familiar with the team and the system. And then after this year, just let Jared Goff go and sign where with ever. And then you'll have a cheap quarterback for at least the next 4 to 5 years. And you can add pieces around that to hopefully win more, more than just one Super Bowl and be very good for long into the future. I know it might sound like a long shot for the Lions to draft a quarterback, but it just makes sense to me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and make sure to subscribe.